Right, hello everyone, and welcome along to Warren's Team Talk. Thank you very much for coming in and joining me today. I hope that you're all well and all in good form and happy and keep yourself healthy and out of trouble. Anyway, so what we're doing today, we're going to review match day 29 of the FA Premier League. And here we go. He's here, the one, the only, Mr. Comedy himself, Mr. Taib Hussain. How you doing, Taib? Nice to see you, mate. And he says, hi, Warren. Hello, mate. I'm really pleased to see you. I hope you're well, buddy. And, yeah, it's great to see you. And don't forget, keep them jokes coming, man. They're off the scale. They are. They're absolutely wild. Craig Malloy's here. Ron, good afternoon, mate. Good afternoon, Craig. I hope you're well, buddy. And you're the same, mate. Your jokes are absolutely wild. The pair of you together. Taib says, I'm good, Warren. How are you? Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, thanks. And Taib says, hi, Craig. Right. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, match day 29. Nearly finished the season already. Blimey, it only feels like yesterday the season was starting and it's nearly finished. So, before we get started, everyone, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the like button. And also don't forget to share the content around. That'd be absolutely fantastic. If you could do that for me, I'd be really, really grateful. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. So, yep, don't forget that petition is still sitting there. It's still free. It's still sitting on the change.org website. So get along, get over there. The link for it is in the description. Click on it and let the club know that this man has got to be gotten rid of, because I'm sorry, I don't believe the hype. I really don't. I'm sorry, he is not the man. All this bloody overreaction and hype about us, Arsenal getting top four, it's embarrassing, man. You know, since when has top four, finishing fourth, been an achievement? It's an absolute joke. What did the drummer call his twin daughters? And one and a two. Okay, that is wild. And Craig Malloy says, big up, Taib. And Taib says, Warren, Wenger said he made a mistake selling Ashley Cole. Laugh out loud. Guy is nuts considering the fact he sold all our best players. Well, he ain't the only one, is he? Fucking clown done the same. Mikel Arteta. The thing is, Ashley Cole, he didn't want to stay. And my understanding of it was that Wenger went to the board. I'm not defending Wenger, by the way, because he did. He did exactly what you said. You're 100% right. Right? But he went into the board. Ashley Cole wanted £5,000 a week more than what he was being offered. And the board didn't want to give it to him. And Wenger said, so you're telling me you're prepared to let this guy go for the sake of £5,000 a week? And they said, yeah. Well, but the thing is, he should have had grown a pair and just said, right, if you're going to do that, you can find someone else to manage the club because I'm going. There's my resignation. But you're 100% right, mate. He did bloody sell all our best players. And it's an absolute joke. So here we go. Match day 29. So the beginning of the weekend, Man City were top. There were 6 points clear of Liverpool, but Liverpool had a game in hand. Chelsea were in third, 7 points behind Liverpool. And Arsenal were fourth with 2 games in hand on Liverpool and Chelsea. and 3 games in hand on Manchester City. And Manchester United were in 5th. Arsenal were a point ahead of them, but they had 3 games in hand over United. They had 3 games in hand over West Ham, and they were 3 points ahead of West Ham, and 3 points ahead of Tottenham, and they had a game in hand over Tottenham. So Arsenal looking very, very comfortable in 3rd at the moment, but let's not forget Arsenal got some really hard games coming up in the next few weeks. They've got to play Liverpool at home, which is tomorrow. Then they've got to play Chelsea away, Tottenham away, West Ham away. They've also got to go to Crystal Palace, I believe. And also, I think they've got to play Aston Villa. None of those games are going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination. But mind you, they did well against Crystal Palace. I'm not going to say they didn't. But, and this is a big but, as I keep saying, the season is 38 games long. It's not 25. All these people like celebrating that it's already been achieved and like jumping up and down. Can you imagine what it's going to be like if they actually do get 4th? It will just be unbelievable. And this is the same group of supporters, by the way, who hounded out Arsene Wenger for consistently finishing 4th or above. And they also handed out Unai Emery for finishing 3 points behind the 3rd place side in his only season at the club. And he also took us to our first European final in 13 years. And now they're having street party and open top bus tours for the possibility they might finish 4th. It's just an absolute joke. These supporters, I'm sorry, but they're as thick as the proverbial. They really are. I just can't make them out. They are mad. They are mad. Anyway, so moving on. And the fixtures this weekend, we had Brighton on Saturday lunchtime, faced Liverpool at the Amex Arena, the 12:30 kickoff. Then 3 o'clock, Brentford played Burnley. Then at 5:30, Manchester United took on Tottenham. And then on Sunday, there were 5 2 o'clock kickoffs. There was Chelsea against Newcastle, Everton against Wolves, Leeds against Norwich, Southampton against Watford, and West Ham against Aston Villa. Then 4:30, we had Arsenal against Leicester on Sunday. A really good game. I don't think the performance was as good as what a lot of people are saying, but it was a good performance, I have to be honest. Then finally, last night, 8 o'clock kickoff, Crystal Palace entertained Manchester City. And Del Boy Gunners here. What's the bleeding story, Warren? And all in the chat. Mate, I'm fine, buddy. Nice to see you. It's good to see you. I hope you're well, mate. Anyone who hasn't checked Del Boy out yet, what's wrong with you? Get over there. Check him out. He has got an absolutely superb channel. And I love the guy at the bits. He's absolutely superb. And he's a mad, passionate Arsenal fan. And he's not taken in by all this nonsense, that's for sure. And, big up to him. And Craig Malloy says, at Del Boy Gunner TV, what's the crack, fella? Big up. And Ty Hussein says, hi, Del Boy. And then, right, yep, okay, so that looks like it's a bot. And why did the Scarecrow win an award? He was outstanding in the field. What was his best position, mate? What was the Scarecrow's best position? Was he a centre forward or did he play centre back? And was he more scary than Martin Keown? That's what I need to know, Taib. So, the first game of the weekend saw Brighton take on Liverpool at the Amex Arena. And Del Boy says, hi, Craig and Taib. And he was a goalkeeper. Laugh out loud, says Taib. I thought so, mate. Best position for a goalkeeper, unless you're playing for Arsenal, because he might be quite busy. Yeah, so Liverpool won 2-0 at Brighton through goals from Diaz in the 19th minute and Mo Salah in the 61st minute. So a good win for Liverpool. Took them within 3 points of Manchester City. The match stats for this one, Brighton had 8 shots. They had 3 on target. They had 52% possession, made 430 passes, and had a 78% pass accuracy. Liverpool, on the other hand, had 18 shots, 9 were on target. They had 48% possession, made 401 passes, and had a 78% pass accuracy. Before the game started, Brighton was sat in 13th and Liverpool were sat in 2nd. After all the weekend's fixtures, nothing had changed. Brighton and Liverpool stayed exactly where they were before the weekend started. So, there you go. And Craig says, Del Boy even says, laughing emojis for Taib. And Del Boy says, laughing emojis for Taib. Craig Malloy says, how do you organise a party out of space? You bloody... Excellent. Oh, my days. You two are outrageous. Taib says, oh, for God's sakes, Craig, laugh out loud. Mate, it's wild. You two are so bloody funny. It really is. I'm not just saying it. You are. You should do a comedy double act, mate. I'm telling you. You really should. I know I keep saying it, but you should. And Brentford against Burnley. Brentford won by 2-0. I was a bit surprised by this. I didn't think Brentford would have enough in the locker to win, but they did. Goals from Tony in the 85th minute, and then another one 9 minutes later, and the 90th minute and the 4th minute of added time from the penalty spot secured the points for Brentford, and they ran out by winners by 2-0. Oh yeah, Del Boy, I've got I'm thinking about trying to get you and Old School on the channel together, but I'll send you more information about that because I've got a really interesting idea that I would like to do with you both. So yeah, but I'll send you a message later and you tell me what you think. Anyway, so the match stats for this one, Brentford had 13 shots, 4 of which were on target. They had 55% possession. They had 475 passes and 68% pass accuracy. Burnley had 7 shots, 1 of which was on target. They had 45% possession, made 373 passes, and a pass accuracy of 63%. Now, before the game, before the weekend started, Brentford was sat in 15th. Burnley was sat in 18th. Brentford stayed where they were. They stayed in 15th. And Burnley slipped down to 19th after losing this game. So, not a great weekend for Burnley, really. And Del Boy Gunner says, yes, Ron, I'd love to. Thank you, Del Boy. I'll let you know about it and we'll see what we can sort out. And then Taib Hussain says, Patrick Berger or Karel Poborski. God, now you're going back in time, mate. 2 really good players, I have to say. But I think I'd have to go with Patrick Berger, but I'm not 100% sure, to be quite frank. What do you think, Taib? and tell me why you made the choice that you made as well. That's what I'd like to know. Then, Manchester United against Tottenham. Man United ran out by winners by 3-2, thanks to a hat-trick from Ronaldo. And Tottenham's goals came from Harry Kane and Harry Maguire own goal. I'm sure the United fans would be absolutely delighted with that win. Good win for United, really. I didn't think they'd win it. I thought Tottenham would turn them over, but fair play to them, they won it. And the match stats for this one, United had 10 shots, 6 were on target, 43% possession, 459 passes, and a pass accuracy of 85%. And Tottenham had 10 shots, 3 were on target. They had 57% possession. They had 584 passes and a pass accuracy of 89%. Man United before the weekend was sat in 5th. Tottenham was sat in 7th. Then after the game, after the weekend's matches, United were still sat in 5th, but Tottenham had slipped down to 8th. So Tottenham's chances of getting the top 4 seem to be fading somewhat, especially after this defeat. But yeah, a difficult game for both sides, but United ran out winners. Then there was the big game at Stamford Bridge, and after all the news surrounding Chelsea that has gone on in the days before this game, it was always going to be a very tense afternoon for Chelsea and all those at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea won the game by 1-0, thanks to a last-minute goal from Kai Havertz in the 89th minute. And the match stats for this one, Chelsea had 8 shots, 3 were on target. They had 74% possession. They had 561 passes, and they made 86. They had 86% pass accuracy. Newcastle, on the other hand, had 7 shots, 2 were on target. They had 26% possession, made 202 passes, and they had a 61% pass accuracy. Before the weekend, Chelsea was sat in 3rd, and they stayed in 3rd after all the weekend's games. Newcastle, they were in 14th, and they stayed in 14th, so no really significant changes as a consequence of this game. But you have to really question how, with all the carryings on that there's been with Chelsea, what sort of impact it's going to have on them on the field, whether they're going to still be able to perform to the high levels that they have been in since Thomas Tuchel has been at the club. It must be quite difficult for them all, because they just don't know what's happening. And I don't think anyone does, to be quite frank. And I have to say, I am worried about them. I mean, it's an awful situation, because if it goes really badly wrong, the club could go out of business. Let's make no bones about it. It really could. I think it's unlikely, and I don't think it will happen, but it could happen. And, you know, I've seen it happen to a club down the road from me, Maidstone United. They were in the 4th division and doing well, and then politicians got involved and they killed the club. So it could happen. On to the next game, Everton against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Everton lost the game by 1-0. Thanks to a goal from Conor Cody in the 49th minute. And Wolves would have been happy with that result, and it plunges Everton into real serious danger of being relegated. And I've got a nasty feeling that they might go. I really do. It's just not looking good. I think they made the wrong appointment in Frank Lampard. I think they should have gone for someone who's got experience of taking a club for a relegation battle. But they opted for Frank Lampard instead, and I think it's a big mistake. The match stats for this one, Everton, they had 8 shots, 2 were on target. They had 38% possession. They made 346 passes. They had 78% pass accuracy. They had Wolves, on the other hand, had 14 shots. 3 of the shots were on target. They had possession of 62%. They made 581 passes and had a pass accuracy of 87%. Before the weekend, Everton were sat in 17th, and after all the matches were played, they stayed in 17th. Wolves, at the beginning of the weekend, were sat 8th, but they moved up to 7th on the back of this victory. So a good weekend for Wolves, but a really worrying one for Wolves. So yeah, there you go. We got some things in the chat. Taib says Berger, he made more of an impact in the Premier League, but Poborski was good too. He was just no first choice at United. Well, yeah, that's very true. It's very true. Joanne Smith says, hi, oh, hello. I didn't get the notifications. Oh, no, here we go. Oh, God. That's really sad. It really is, because it just annoys me so much. Hi, Joe. Either did I. No. I mean, it's just not good enough, is it, really? I mean, if I could find another platform, an alternative to this YouTube, I think I would move over to it, because there's a lot of issues with it, and I'm not happy. I'm not. Everton should have went for their ex-legend Arteta. Well, I've got news for you, Del Boy. I don't know if you've heard that PSG are sniffing around him. They want him to replace Pochettino, and please take him. I will take him to the airport. I will get on the plane with him. I will drive him to your ground, PSG, and make sure he gets there and hand him over. Jesus. Oh, God, yeah, I hope so, mate. I really do. Anyway, so Leeds against Norwich City. Massive 6-point relegation battle, this one. Leeds ran out by winners by 2-1. 2 late goals added a bit of spice and drama to this one. Mourinho gave Leeds the lead in the 14th minute, and then McLean equalised for Norwich in the first minute of added on time. It looked like it had given Norwich a valuable point in their battle against relegation, and then just 3 minutes later, Gail Hardy popped up with a winner for Leeds in the 4th minute of added time, so they would have been absolutely delighted with that. So Leeds ran out by winners by 2-1 in the big relegation battle at the bottom of the table. Joanne says, send me a little message on Instagram. Let me know you're coming on like Del Boy does and Old School Gunner. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to, because I can't trust them to do what they're supposed to do. Taib says, laugh out loud, Warren. Arteta will give you a kiss goodbye. Oh, my God, please. Oh, no. Fucking hell. No. Joanne Smith says, yes, I heard that. Take him. I will transport him there myself. Yes, exactly, Joanne. Right. Okay. So the match stats. Leeds had 13 shots, 7 were on target. They had 53% possession. They made 412 passes and had a pass accuracy of 73%. Norwich, on the other hand, had 12 shots, 4 of which were on target. They had 47% possession, 372 passes, and a pass accuracy of 72%. And interestingly, despite this victory for Leeds, it didn't affect either club's position in the league at all. Both stayed in their respective positions. Leeds of 16th and Norwich is 20th. So that was quite interesting. Taib Hussain says, Warren, can you be his personal baggage handler? Now, mate, I will fucking manhandle him out of the bloody country, mate. I'm telling you. I can't stand the fella. I honestly can't. I really can't. I think he's a really obnoxious person. And the way he treats people is absolutely disgusting. Southampton against Watford. And that's why I've said that I don't care what he does at Arsenal. I don't even... If he wins the Club World Cup and the Champions League, I still won't back him, because I think, when you're in that sort of position, when you're managing people, you have to do it with a bit of class. You have to do it with a bit of decorum. And you have to treat people with dignity and respect, and he doesn't seem able to do that. It's not for me. It's not. And those 2 trophies, he ain't going to win them anyway. You never win them, no matter where he goes and manages, because he hasn't got the ability to do it. He hasn't got the skill set. Anyway, Southampton against Watford. Southampton 1, Watford 2. A great win for Watford. Ignited their charge to avoid the drop, but I'm not convinced that they're going to be successful. But Uncle Roy, great result for Uncle Roy there. El Yunusi scored for Southampton in the 45th minute after Watford had run into a 2-0 lead thanks to 2 goals from Hernandez in the 14th and 34th minutes. And Southampton had 13 shots, 7 of which were on target. They had 63% possession. They made 493 passes and 76% possession. Watford had 9 shots, 5 were on target. They had 37% possession, 305 passes, and 66% pass accuracy. Now, before the game started, before the weekend, Southampton was at 10th, and after the weekend, they were sat 10th. Watford, on the other hand, before the weekend started, they were sat in 19th, and on the back of this victory, they moved up to 18th. So, good win for Southampton and a good weekend for Watford in terms of their league position. So, they'll be very happy about that. Then, West Ham against Aston Villa. An excellent victory for West Ham. They won by 2-1. A very emotional day for Yarmolenko. The Ukrainian fella stepped up, gave West Ham the lead in the 70th minute, and he broke down in tears after scoring the goal. West Ham then extended their lead thanks to a goal by Fornells in the 82nd minute to make it 2-0. And then Ramsey pulled one back for Villa to make it 2-1. But West Ham held on to claim the points, and West Ham won by 2-1. And Sentiment FC, why not Sentiment FC says, "Hey Warren, how's it going, pal?" I'm good, mate. Nice to see you. Thanks very much for joining us. I hope you're well, buddy. Taib says, what the hell is wrong with Southampton? For fuck's sake. Especially when you consider they had picked up some positive results. Laugh out loud. Yeah, maybe they got their eyes on that FA Cup tie with Manchester City this weekend, mate. I don't know. I just don't understand. Sentiment FC says, "Big up, Taib." Taib says, "Hi, Sentiment. You're right, my friend." Sentiment says, "Shout out to Joanne." And Joanne says, "I didn't get any predictions right." Laugh out loud. No, but you nearly did. You didn't do too bad, Joanne. You're going to see in a little while. Hello, my fellow friends in the chat, says Joanne. Bless her. And then Sentiment says, YHH, I'm all good, pals. How's it going, T? And Taib says, "Joanne, you got your painting right. Laugh out loud. Good job. Though I really like the end product." That, if you're talking about her fence, mate, that fence looks wild. I really like it. I think you did a great job, Joanne. I feel a cat video coming up later. Oh my word, those cat videos are excellent. And Taib says, "All good, Sentiment." And Joanne says, "Although this is football channel, anyone interested in paranormal stuff, Ron knows why I'm asking this." Yeah, guys, I'm thinking about setting up a YouTube channel where I talk about things to do with paranormal, like ghosts, UFOs, Bigfoot, crop circles, all that sort of carry on. So if you like that sort of stuff and you want me to do it, let me know and I'll be happy to do it. So I'm just trying to think of a name for it at the moment. I've got a few ideas. Joanne's given me some really great ideas. And yeah, probably another month or so and I'll be ready to get started if I decide to do it. But I'm working on it. So, but just let me know because... Okay, Taib, you're another one, fella. I'll add you to the list because I want this thing to rock and roll. I really do. And Sentiment FC, sweet as, mate. Have we talked on the Palace game? No, not yet. I'm coming to that one. So, yeah, that was the West Ham Villa game. And the stats for this one, West Ham had 11 shots. They had 4 shots on target, 47% possession. They made 444 passes, and then 82% pass accuracy. Villa, on the other hand, had 13 shots, 7 of which were on target. They had 53% possession. They made 487 passes and had an 83% pass accuracy. West Ham, beginning of the weekend, was sat in 6th. And in the league position after the game, they were still in 6th. Villa, same really. Before the weekend started, they were 9th. And then after the weekend, they were still sat in 9th. So not much change for either side. But it was a good morale-boosting victory for West Ham. And they still got a slight chance of getting into the top 4. But I don't like their chances, to be honest. But you never know. You never know. Then, the big one. Del Boy says, "Hi, why not?" And Craig Malone, "What's the best thing about living in Switzerland? I'm not sure, but the flag is a big plus." Oh, mate, that's wild. I love it. Del Boy Gunner laughing emojis. Yeah, mate, that's fucking wild. Those two, Craig Malloy and Taib, their jokes are on a different level. So Arsenal took on Leicester at the Emirates Stadium. To be fair, I thought they played really well. I think some of the reaction to this game has gone a bit over the top. And, you know, from what people are saying, you think that Martin Odegaard was better than Dennis Bergkamp and Zinedine Zidane rolled into one. And that reminds me, someone came in and put a comment in one of my videos, right, saying that Martin Odegaard was better than Zinedine Zidane. I just couldn't believe what I was reading. I absolutely destroyed the fella. I just couldn't believe it. How can you claim that this joker is already better than Zinedine Zidane? He might turn out to be one day, but not now. I mean, that's a ridiculous thing to say. I just think that's madness. Madness. But that's the Arsenal supporters all over. They're as mad as bloody the day is long. But it was a good victory. Thomas Partey had a good game, in my opinion. He could have scored a hat-trick, in fairness. But Thomas Partey gave Arsenal a lead in the 11th minute. And Lacazette added to the scoring in the 59th minute with a penalty. Smashed it in beautifully, to be honest. Arsenal won by 2-0. The match stats for this one, Arsenal had 21 shots, 8 were on target. They had 46% possession. They made 479 passes and had 86% pass accuracy. Leicester had 6 shots, 3 were on target. They had 54% possession. They made 556 passes and they had a pass accuracy of 87%. Before the weekend, Arsenal was sat in 4th. They ended up staying in 4th. Leicester, before the weekend, they were sat in 12th and they stayed in 12th after this defeat. And yeah, we played Leicester, not Brentford, by the way. Sorry, guys. And then the last game of the weekend was the Crystal Palace Man City game, and we'll come to that in a second. And why not says that's the what's the Jackanory, Del? And why not says big up Craig. And Ty was saying, what do you call a pig that does karate? A pork chop. You should send that joke to Kenny Ken. I'm sure he'd absolutely love it. He's always going on about pork chops. Why not sentiment big up? And why not says Kenny will like that one, Ty. He would. He'd absolutely love it. Why not says laugh out loud. And Taib says sentiment. Yeah, laugh out loud. Send it to him, Taib. He will absolutely love it. That was a goldie. Laugh out loud says why not. It is. It's wicked. I absolutely love it. Where is it? What do you call a pig that does karate? Pork chop. So what do you call a lamb that does karate, Taib? Do you call that a lamb chop? Oh dear. That is too funny. Right, so last night, big game at Selhurst Park. Crystal Palace took on Manchester City. The game ended in a 0-0 draw. It proved to be a massive boost to Liverpool's Premier League title hopes. Put a little bit of a dent in Man City's surge to the Premier League title. So now, as a result of that, it means that the title race is in both Manchester City and Liverpool's hands, because if Man City win all their games between now and the end of the season, they will win the title. And if Liverpool win all their games between now and the end of the season, they will win the title. The reason that you're able to say that is because Liverpool and Manchester City have to play each other at the Etihad Stadium. And I think that game is going to be played on the 10th of April. I might be wrong, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, so that'd be a really interesting game, and it should go a long way in deciding who takes the Premier League title. Although it may not be decisive, because even whatever way that game turns out, it might not be the final twist and turn in the race for the title. Either side could slip up between now and then, and anything could happen. There's still a long way to go. There's like 10, some clubs there's 13 games, some there's 12, some there's 11, and there's some there's 10. And Munsey Talk says, big up, Warren. Hi, Munsey. Nice to see you. Thank you very much for joining the chat, mate. I really appreciate that. I hope you enjoy your stay. Taib Hussain says, Warren, if we lose tomorrow, I'm giving up all hope. Don't do that, mate. Don't do that. I mean, either way, if Arsenal win, right, then, it's going to go a long way towards them getting being able to get into the top 4 and secure Champions League football for next season. Not that I think that's the be-all and end-all, by the way. But on the other side, on the flip side, if they lose it, it might help towards the board realising that Arteta isn't the right man for the job. And, because let's be honest about it, Tottenham are the only side out of the top 6 that Arsenal have managed to take any points off so far this season. We've lost to Man City twice. We've only scored 1 goal against them. We've lost to Manchester United away and scored twice. We've lost to Chelsea at home, didn't score there. We beat Tottenham 3-1. And we've yet to play Chelsea away, and we've yet to play Liverpool away and Tottenham away. So we've got to play Liverpool at home, Chelsea away, and Tottenham away, right? So, and we've got to play Manchester United at home, I believe. So, we've got a lot of big games to come, and no, don't give up hope, man. It's not over yet, not by a long shot. Why Not says the reaction to Arsenal win was much, but people are desperate for any shred of joy with the shambolic state of the club. Most gassed up fan base, clown base in the world of sports. AFC, also known as Sentiment FC. Absolutely, mate. That was spot on. Absolutely spot on. The way that this victory has been gassed up, and it's happening every single game, that Arsenal win, and it will continue to happen until between now and the end of the season. It's just, I don't know, man. I just find it quite irritating, to be honest, because 1, it's embarrassing, and 2, people aren't being realistic and honest with themselves. That's what I think. But I think you're right. A lot of it has got to do with how desperate people are. And a lot of it is to do with protecting this manager. Why he's so protected, I really don't know. And a lot of it has got to do with big fan channels out there gassing up the manager and pumping him up, and people believing what these people are telling them. But, yeah, so... I don't know, man. I just find it a bit mad. There's a whole lot of things I could say about it, but I'm not going to, because I want to talk about this. Anyway, so the match stats for this game were that Palace had 7 shots. They had 1 shot on target. They had 26% possession. They made 269 passes, had a pass accuracy of 64%. They had 18 shots, 4 were on target. They had possession of 74%. Passes, they had 764 and an 86% pass accuracy. Manchester City were sat top of the league before the weekend started, and that's where they stayed after this game finished. They're now 4 points clear of Liverpool at the top of the league, but Liverpool have a game in hand on them, I think, which is against us tomorrow night. Palace, on the other hand, were sat in 11th before this game, and they've stayed in 11th as a consequence of this result. So, yeah, Palace quite comfortably in mid-table, I think. I don't think they're in any danger of being relegated, or I don't think they're necessarily going to get European football next season. I just think that's too far for them to get. But anyway, so here's the league table. And as you can see, as I was saying, Liverpool are 1 point behind, 4 points behind Manchester City. Manchester City have 70 points, haven't played 29 games. Liverpool played 28 games and they've got 66 points. Liverpool's game in hand is against Arsenal tomorrow night at the Emirates Stadium. Should be an interesting game, and be interesting to see how Arsenal get on against this Liverpool side, because they just look relentless to me. I think Arsenal are going to lose the game by 2-0, I have to be honest. Hurts me to say it, but I just can't see how they're going to beat them. I just can't see how they'll be able to contain them. Chelsea are sat in third on 59 points. Arsenal are sat in fourth. They've played 26 games and got 51 points. Man United are a point behind, but they played 3 games more. West Ham, they're 3 points behind Arsenal, and they played 3 games more. Wolves have played 29 games and have 46 points. And Tottenham are in 8th, played 27 games and have 45 points. And then there's a 9 points difference, a 9-point gap between Tottenham in 8th and Aston Villa in 9th. And then at the bottom of the table, you've got Norwich, route to the bottom of the table, have played 29 games and have 17 points. Burnley played 27 games and have 21 points. Watford have played 29 games and have 22 points. Everton are sat 17th. They've played 26 games and have 22 points. Leeds are sat 16th. They've played 29 games and have 26 points. Brentford have sat 15th, played 29 with 30 points. And then Newcastle are sat 14th with 31 points and having played 28 games. So I would say, in my opinion, anyone from about 14th downwards is still in danger of facing the drop. And you could make an argument to include Brighton, Leicester and Crystal Palace in that as well, but I'd say it's unlikely. I think the most likely scenario is that it's going to come, there's 3 clubs that go down will come from that 3, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Everton go, like I said earlier. I think Watford will go. I'm not convinced that Norwich will. I don't know why, but I just think that they might pull themselves out of it, but I'm not sure. And why not says, yeah, we've read that one. Taib says, that Cecil geezer with chin as long as a ruler. He's such a clown on AFTV. Such a clown. AFTV out. Laugh out loud. Has he got a bigger chin than Jimmy Hill? Blimey. I don't watch that channel anymore. I used to, but I just got sick of it, to be honest. Because I'm sick and tired of it being so fake. On the media and fan protection racket is... Oh, the media and fan protection racket is ridiculous. Don't get me started. This is more protection than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got, and he was Teflon. Spot on, mate. I think it's because they fancy him. Why not? I really do. Palace are safe. Good job, PV4. I think they are as well, but there's always one club that suddenly just gets dragged into it. So I just hope that doesn't happen to Palace. Patrick Vieira is unbeaten against Man City as a footballer and now a manager. Yeah, that's true, man. Big up to Patrick Vieira. Fair play to him. So, on we go. So the predictions game. Here we go, Joanne. You're going to see how you got on, and you didn't do too shabbily, let me tell you. So my predictions for the weekend's game, I said that Brighton would lose by 2-0 to Liverpool, and that's what happened. I said Brentford and Burnley would end in a 0-0 draw. Brentford won by 2-0. Manchester United, I said, would lose 2-1 at home to Spurs. Manchester United won by 3-2. I said that Chelsea would beat Newcastle 2-1, and Chelsea won by 1-0. I said that Everton would lose by 1-0 against Wolves, and they did lose by 1-0. I said that Leeds would lose 2-0 at home to Norwich, but they won by 2-1. I then said that Southampton would beat Watford by 3-1, but they lost 2-1 at home. West Ham against Aston Villa, I said it ended in a 1-1 draw, and it ended in a 2-1 victory for the Hammers. And then Arsenal against Leicester, I said would be a 1-1 draw, and Arsenal ran out 2-0 winners. Crystal Palace against Manchester City, I thought Palace would lose by 3-1, but it ended in a 0-0 draw. So, the predictions table, here we go. So, sitting top proudly of the pole is James Dunlop. He's sitting there on 151 points. He managed to get 7 points this week. I'm second. I got 12 points this week. I'm now on 127 points. I won this week. My mate Mick, he got 4 points this week, and he's now on 120 points. Dan Evans is sat in fourth place. He's got 15 points. He didn't send me any predictions this week, to be fair, though, bless him. Jamie Hill, I haven't heard anything from that guy for ages, so I don't know. But Joanne, you did really well. You got 1 2-point prediction, and you got 3 1-point predictions. So you ended up with 5 points. So you came fourth this week, I think. So you did really well. So excellent. Right, so Taib says that interview Robbie gave Gazidis showed how idiotic our fan base is. Mr. Blobby didn't even put it to him about why he wasn't making top signings. Is that the one that was years ago when just after he'd signed Alexis? I I think I remember the one you're talking about, but I can't really remember, to be honest. But if it's the one I'm thinking about, yeah, 100%, mate. Craig Malloy says, Warren, I'm reading a book about anti-gravity. I can't put it down. There you go. Yeah, well, exactly. Exactly. Craig, do you have Instagram? Says Taib. And Craig Malloy says, at Taib, no, mate, I'm on Twitter. Oh, God, Twitter, man. I try and stay off it. I find it too toxic. I just can't handle it. So, yeah, don't forget, everyone, about the petition. It's there, sitting there if you want to sign it. And so make sure you do if you want to get this clown out of our club. Want to big up the GoonerClaude Trust. Gives opportunities to disadvantaged kids to have a day out at the Emirates Stadium and the best seats in the house. It's an excellent charity, does excellent work. There's a link in the description for the GoonerClaude Trust. If you want to find out more about what they do and see how you can support them in their work, go and check that out, because it'll tell you all you need to know. They do excellent work for kids, so can't say fairer than that, really. And then there's all these YouTube channels I want to tell you about. There's the Old School Gunner. He's been supporting Arsenal since 1992. He discusses all things Arsenal and brings you insightful Arsenal content. There's Arsenal Alex. He brings you all things Arsenal, including instant match reactions. And don't forget, tonight, guys, 7:15, Kenny Ken will be appearing on Arsenal Alex's channel. Don't forget to tune in for that. I'm sure it'll be a really great discussion. It always is when Kenny appears on these channels. He's absolutely superb. DrawnByDre is a really young Arsenal supporter. He's got a really excellent channel, and he's got an excellent podcast called the Possession Based Podcast. There's the Aussie Gooner, top bloke. I absolutely love the fella, and I don't agree with everything he says, but I do have complete and utter respect for the fella, and I think he's an absolute top man. He says what he thinks and says it with chest, and yeah, he just says what he thinks, and if you like it, you like it, and that's fine. If you don't, that's fine too. But he's a top man. He's very respectful, and I really like the fella, I have to say. Diesel Arsenal. He used to be a presenter on the Claude and the Bansters channel, and he's now gone off on his own and set up his own channel, and he's doing a really good job. And Diesel, he can talk for England. Let me tell you, I've seen him streaming for 2-3 hours at a time before now, and yeah, he talks a lot of sense, and he's very passionate, and he's a lovely guy, and I love him to bits. And then there's Del Boy Gunner TV. What can I say about Del Boy? Del Boy is another mad, passionate Arsenal fan, and he films his videos out of a bar in Dublin, and it's superb. He's wild. He built his own bar in a shed, I think it is. And it's wild. It's absolutely wild. But the stuff that he says on his channel is superb. Go and check out his channel, because it's amazing. Anyway, the links for all these channels are in the description of the video. Just click on the links. Go and give them a subscribe. Make sure you click on the notification bell to make sure you get notified. Oh, that's the idea anyway. Whether they do it or not, it's another matter. And then Also, make sure you put likes on the videos, share the videos around, all that sort of carry on, because you won't be disappointed. I'm absolutely certain of that. We got some more chats in here. Ravel Burton says, Warren, what's up, mate? I'm good, thanks, Ravel. I hope you're well too. Thanks for coming in. Lovely to see you, my friend. Really nice to see you in here. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Craig Malloy says, Warren, that is Forrest Gump password. What is Forrest Gump's password? 1 Forrest 1. That's wild. I love it. Taib says, a well-renowned WCW wrestler died yesterday after having 3 heart attacks during a hip operation. I think I heard about that on the radio this morning, but I wasn't really paying attention. I was still half asleep. Why not? Says rest in power, Razor Ramon. Is that who it was? And sentiment, just like praying emoji, but I'm not sure. Why not? Sentiment puts in something that looks like a stethoscope and some praying emojis. Bless him. And sentiment says, smash up the likes. Yes, please. Make sure you do that. Don't forget to hit the like button before you leave, because we're nearly finished now. I'm going to wrap it up now. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please don't forget to share the content around. I'd really appreciate that. I will be uploading a recorded video I did earlier about the FA Cup match that's happening this weekend between Manchester City and Southampton. It's the latest episode in my FA Cup series. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I quite enjoyed that. And Why Not says, yep, Razor Ramon, also known as Scott Hall, passed up. Bless him. Well, rest in peace, fella. That fella, and my condolences to all his family and friends and loved ones. That's sad. Joanne Smith says, let's go for a 4-0 win. Arteta assist. Yes, if he can get another assist, wrap Arteta up in cotton wool. Laugh out loud to Ty was saying. Yeah, well, maybe if he gets sacked from Arsenal, he can get a job as an air traffic controller, because he seems good at directing aeroplanes, that's for sure. And Joanne Smith says, rest in peace, Razor. Right, guys, thanks very much for watching. That's it for now, unfortunately. Don't forget to check out my video that's coming out shortly. I will send links out to all the people who I know how to contact. Seems like YouTube aren't sending out notifications, which is a bit annoying, to be quite honest. But excuse me, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, so listen, I hope you all have a great rest of the day. Please remember to look after yourselves and look after each other. Remember to keep talking and share some love and kindness around the world. And yeah, have a great day. And I'll look forward to seeing you all again really, really soon. Thanks, guys. Take care. Bye for now.